I've been thinking lately, maybe the reason why America feels so depressing is it just feels like America is just like one big narcissistic family. Um, I don't know if anybody understands what I mean, but it really does feel like it's one big narcissistic family. Even the people who aren't raised by narcissistic parents, I feel like I just get a sense that like, maybe this is why. Because it just feels like everybody is narcissistic from the corporations to a lot of us, our parents, were our first narcissists in our lives. Um, but I've been essentially thinking that maybe the reason why America is just so depressing is because it functions like one big narcissistic household. Um, where you have the government essentially that acts like the narcissistic parent, right? Manipulative, constantly gaslighting you, telling you that, the government's doing things for your quote unquote, your own good, and that everything that the government's doing is to help the people, right? It's to help the American people. It's not to harm them or cut them down anyway, right? It's to help you. That's what that's what the corporations say. That's what the government. It's to help. This is for the American people. This is going to help people with jobs. This is going to help people put money in people's pockets. This is going to be for the betterment of American society as a whole, right? So, corporations are kind of like in a way the golden child. I'm sure, whoever, for a lot of people that are on my channel who have narcissistic families, whoever that golden child may be in your household, they're kind of like the golden child if you think about it, right? They were constantly praised growing up by your narcissistic parents, no matter how toxic they are, no matter what they do. They were always patted on the back. They're always giving whatever they wanted. And that probably caused a strain, especially if you had more than one sibling, right? You had the lost child and the scapegoat. That probably caused a strain between all of you, right? And, the scapegoats are the regular people, right? The regular people are the scapegoats. Essentially, we're blamed for not trying hard enough. We're blamed for not working hard enough. We're the ones that can't do anything right? We're the ones that no matter what we do, no matter how much we try, we're the ones that can never do right, can never do anything right, and that's essentially what the government, has. That's essentially what the government has told everyone, especially the working poor, that the government has scapegoated the working poor. Government has scapegoated the working poor into believing that the reason why they're poor and they're always stuck at the bottom is this their fault. They're the scapegoat. They're the reason why they're in the mess they're in. Not the system. Not the things that the government's doing. Not the fact that they're printing trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars and continue to do so. Not that the fact that they send money to Argentina, like we recently did, $40 billion to help Argentina with God knows what. I don't even know at this point because I can't keep track of where all the money's going. But that's kind of like, it's kind of like just growing up in a narcissistic family, when you grow up in the kind of narcissistic family, you learn to survive. You learn to survive through silence, compliance, and burnout, right? And that's essentially what millions of Americans are doing right now, right? Millions of us are emotionally dead inside. We're clocking into jobs we hate. We're scrolling on social media, finding different ways to distract ourselves, to numb ourselves from the pain. And a lot of us are waking up to this. A lot of us just can't deal with it anymore. But once you see this pattern, you can't really unsee it. So the only real way to escape from this narcissistic system is to stop feeding it energy. Stop needing approval from it. Stop giving it all your time. Find community if you can. I know that's really hard in America to find community. Find some kind of community, go on some kind of apps. Find a way to stay out of the system as much as possible. Because the system just drags you down. Let's just say we'll call it what it is. The system drags you down. The system is designed in this way. It's essentially a form of narcissistic abuse, what we're going through. Everybody in the system that goes through the system, has essentially put up with some kind of gaslighting, some kind of manipulation, some kind of narcissistic abuse. Whether that's because you have a narcissistic family, or whether that's, you know, from the government itself. So you need to find community. You need to find some kind of mental clarity, some kind of way to detach from the system, as hard as it is in America. Because this system can't be saved. The system can't heal itself. The system was designed to exploit the ever-living shit out of people and abuse people. It's similar to a narcissistic abusive relationship. The narcissist is and can't, it's always going to be what it is. It's always going to be a narcissist. Just like the narcissist can't be saved, just like the narcissist exploits people and manipulatively abuses people and gaslights people, and has no empathy or no remorse for doing it. That's the government. That's the system. They are kind of like the giant narcissist in our lives, the giant narcissistic family that's in our lives. Whether we want the government to be in our lives or not, the government is always sticking its nose into our lives where it doesn't belong. So that's kind of the way, I guess, the government is like one big narcissistic family, the American government. And like I said, the thing is, you can't really escape the government from getting into your business. The government is going to get into your business no matter, you know, you can't really escape the American government. Even when you go overseas, you can't escape the American government, right? Because even overseas, they're going to even overseas, they're going to get you. Because you still have the American passport, you're still technically an American citizen, even if you're not living in America anymore, which is still crazy to me. But the ways that you can get out of it is you can escape from the system as much as possible. Now, you're never going to be able to escape fully from the system, but you can find ways to escape from the system. Like I said, you can build your own brand, you can do your own thing, do something that makes you happy, where you can hopefully make a decent amount of money doing it as well. So you don't have to punch into a 9-to-5 employer. That's what I'm doing, again, with YouTube, and I'm making... I'm working on various other projects and doing other things in an attempt to escape the 9-to-5 as well. But you know, this system's not going away, and the best thing you can do is try to escape it as much as possible. Because the system is, like I said, one big American narcissistic family, and we're all a part of it in some way, whether we like it or not. But we can choose how much to be a part of it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you liked it. Put a comment down below. And as always, I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.